Hello everyone, I am Professor S.N. Mane, Assistant Professor, Department of Processing and Food Engineering, working in Kekewa College of Agriculture, Engineering and Technology, Nashik. Today we will learn about the food adulteration and food safety. In previous lecture, we have learned the definition of food adulteration, then what are the different common food adulterants, definition of adulterants and adulterated, then different examples of that food adulterations, and what are the somewhat detection methods also we have learned. But in this lecture also in deep we will discuss about the detection test of the food adulterations or what are the other food adulterants. See, here in this lecture, what are the different commonly used food adulterant we will see. Like cream, it is get adulterated by the gelatin and the formaldehyde. It is employed as an preservative. Then butter, how it get adulterated with the enormous extent by the oleomargarine, which is the product of beef fat. So cream and butter, it gets also get adulterated by certain components like gelatin and the oleomargarine, which is the product of beef fat respectively. Then brick dust, it is mixed with the chili powder. Then colored chalk powder also mixed with the turmeric. Then in confectionery, dangerous colors like chrome yellow color, Prussian blue color, then copper and arsenic compounds, which are also used as an adulterant. Then in case of pickles and canned vegetables, some of another colored green and colored substances are used with the copper salt material. So we know that in the pickles and canned vegetable, most of the preservatives are used like primary preservatives or the secondary preservative. So here there may be the chances of use of certain coloring agents like green with the copper salt. So these are some another adulterants. Now we will see the what are the detection methods of the food adulterations. For example, in the tea powder, how you will detect their adulteration. See, with the help of iron fillings, first of all, spread the tea leaves on the paper and draw the magnet from that. Then these iron fillings, if some these iron broken or the iron powders or the fillings present in that, then it will get automatically attracted by the magnet. Then in case of rice and wheat, how you will identify the adulterant? See, these are intentionally added uh, adulterants like sand, grit, marble pieces, or the soapstone pieces. That can be visually detected and it can be removed by the sorting or the hand picking and the by the washing. So these are some techniques to identify the food adulteration. Then in case of common salt, how you will define identify the adulterant in the common salt like sand or grit. A teaspoon of the salt, it is added to a glass tumbler which is containing water. Then this salt, it will get dissolved. But sand and the grit, it will get settled down at the bottom. So easily you will identify their adulteration. Then also we have learned in the previous lecture that is coffee powder, it get adulterated with the tamarind seed powder. So you have to take the teaspoon of the 2 teaspoon of coffee powder, it gets added with water in a particular equipment like tumbler. Then this coffee powder, it is lighter in weight so that it will get floats, but tamarind, it get sink into the bottom of that tumbler. Okay, so that will one of the way to detect your food adulteration. Then cooking oil, most of the time this argemony oil, it is mixed with your another oil, cooking oil like soybean oil or other things. For example, you will take 5 ml of the cooking oil and it is taken in a test tube, and 5 ml of the concentrated nitric acid, you will add it. Then what happened, due to the chemical reaction, this reddish brown color it appears if argemony oil it is present in your cooking oil. So this kind of the chemical test also you have to do for identification of some adulteration. Then in case of milk, how you will identify the adulteration? Most of the time in the water, it is the one of the adulterant, it is used in the milk in order to increase its quantity. The instrument it is used for measuring the density of that milk, that is lactometer. Now see, in the unadulterated milk, their specific gravity or the density it is varies at the 1.026 with the help of lactometer. So this reading it is standardized, which indicate the unadulterated milk is there. If it is more than that or less than that, so you can say it is adulterated. Now again there is the another milk adulteration test is that suppose some drop of milk you will take and it is, suppose you drop down that milks, then what happen, if pure milk is there, it will flow slowly and it leaves a white trail. See here, this is the dropping of pure milk, so there is the white strip continuously get formed. But if there is adulterated milk is there with some water, then what happen, this it will flow fast and there is no uh, leaving any white trail behind that. See here, this two separate drops of this water milk is there and it is a continuous dropping of your milk but with slow manner. So this is the difference. So in this way also you can identify the milk adulteration test. Now if milk is contaminated by the starch content, then what you will do, add some drop of tincture of the iodine to the warm milk. Okay, then what happen, there is no change in color in the original milk. Okay, unadulterated milk. And if you add that iodine drop, then what happens, that milk it becomes there is change in color, that is blue color, and this is the adulterated milk and this one is the pure milk. Then in ghee and butter, most of the times adulterants are the vanaspati ghee. A teaspoon of the pull of butter or the ghee it is taken in the test tube, then what, concentrated hydrochloric acid and a pinch of sugar you will add it, then what happen, after stirring that and allowed to settle for the 5 minutes, then what happen, crimson red color it appears in the lower layer of the vanaspati if it is present in that sample. This is the chemical test. Then in the meat, poultry and fish, adulterant it is organoleptic test, you can check it, that is their appearance, color. Okay, then by taste, odor and flavor, then can check the juiciness, then texture and the tenderness. These kind of organoleptic test you will do in case of meat, poultry and the fish products. So in avoid to food adulteration, what precaution you have to take? First of all, that take only packed items of the well-known companies. Then buy the items from the reliable retail shops and the recognized outlets. Then next one is check the ISI mark or the egg mark whether it is present on that product or not. Then buy the products of only airtight popular brands and avoid the craziness for the artificially colored sweets and buy only from the reputed shops. Then do not buy the sweets or snacks which is kept in the open condition or from the vendors. See here, avoid the buying things from the street side vendors. So all these precautions you have to take in order to avoid the food adulterations. Thank you. In this lecture, we have learned different food adulteration detection tests and which precaution we have to take in order to avoid the food adulterations. Thank you.